from the one. Single setback is Shaun, the pitch. Shaun's going left. He gets outside. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Here comes Shaun. He goes left. He goes through 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. Shaun Alexander, 32 yards.
And the Seahawks may just have put this one away.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about! Be the man! Be the man! Let's go! That's shot, baby! RB's on 3. 1, 2, 3, RB!
You needed the closed captioning to understand. Woo! What a shot, Alexander. That's the guest we have on now, former Seahawks running back and NFL MVP. What's happening, Shaun? Great to see you this morning.
Let's go, 37.
Yes.
Oh, man. Thank you all for having me back again. This is good.
As always, Shaun, you look great, but specifically your backdrop looks great. You are heavily graphically supported today. You are not at your home studio. Where do you find yourself?
My third oldest daughter, Eden, she runs cross country, runs track. She's an All-American last year as a junior. And so she's taking her official visit to Liberty. So I'm on Liberty's campus. So I called some of my friends over here and I said, hey, I'm about to do Good Morning Football. Can I do it in a studio? And they set all this up like this cool. Campus is like phenomenal. So I give much shout outs to Liberty University. Very high level, high class. It's pretty cool over here.
Absolutely. And it's great to hear that your children are as genetically and athletically gifted as you are. So, Eden, good luck to you. Shaun, the start of the season is right around the corner. We are just coming off of preseason. There is a bit of a lull. Everyone's bodies are sore, but you got to turn it right around for the regular season. Do you still crave the game when you watch highlights of yourself, knowing that the season's right around the corner?
I get excited, but not like to go do it, to kind of be a part of it in some way. So I'm calling my old winners. Hey, how you doing? You ready to go? And the fact, the local high school team, they're kicking back in. College football's kicking in this week, and now the pros are about to start. It's just a great time of the year. I love this time and get to promote my award and get on the shows again and get the welcome football back into the fold. So this is great. Go, Shaun. Look at that.
Yeah, go, Shaun. Come on now.
Yeah, so, Shaun, you just released your watch list this week for this year's Shaun Alexander Award, which goes to the top freshman in all of college football. What's the process like throughout the year that you go through for deciding who takes home that prestigious honor?
We always try to carry these 4 characteristics. One, we turn on the film, we see talent, so I just go up there, hey, where's the talent? And if you turn that camera on and y'all know when y'all see it, you're like, ooh, so talent's 1, character's number 2. And we just, we go around and we got a great team, the Maxwell Football Club. We're part of the Trophy Family Award for college football and the Writer Association. So we got a great group of people that come in and they're helping find out stuff about the kid, the character. They always say, Shaun, you're too young for us to get a guy that would damage your name. And I'm like, well, cool. Thank you for that. And then number 3 is we call them an ambassador. Are they an ambassador to the university? And literally we're talking to coaches in the university about like, hey, does this kid represent your school well? Because we want this guy to be MVP caliber on and off the field. And then number 4, we call it the legend. And, the NFL always says, once a player, forever a legend. And we just say, does this kid have NFL type talent? And we've been just so proud of the way we do it. I don't get absolute vote, but and that lets me allow me to be a fan a little bit as we pick him. But to have Trevor Lawrence and Kenneth Gainsborough, who's already played, Trevor's number 1 overall, Kenneth played in the Super Bowl, Will Anderson, number 3 overall, Brock Bowers, who just went this year to the Raiders. Drake Maye, number 3 overall this year, and then the last year was Caleb Downs. We have felt very proud of picking, the best freshman in college football, and super excited. And I always love this. Today is my birthday.
Happy birthday!
And we get to announce. Yeah. It's great. This is all the parts. So football stars' birthday comes in, and we get to announce the hot 37, the best 37. Freshman on the watch list. So this is just a great time for me.
What a gift.
The Shaun Alexander Award is such a cool concept. And you just mentioned Drake Maye, of course, who was selected 3rd by the Patriots.
if you had to put on a general manager cap, head coaching cap, Drake Maye, do you play him this season? I mean, looks so talented, but what are your thoughts on that, on Drake Maye, former winner of the Shaun Alexander Award?
You never know how it's going to pan out, but I can only go through my story. I come behind the great Ricky Waters, in 10K, 70-something touchdowns, and here I come in and I'm like, man, I'm going to rip this thing up. But I got to sit behind a legend and watch him go to work, watch him crank it up to another thing. And so I tell Drake the same thing that I had to learn for myself. Man, sponge it all in. You get a professional to sit in front of you, learn, and then when it's your shot, don't look back. And Ricky knew. He said to me, he gave me a big hug after he gets hurt, and I come in, I put up 170 and a touchdown and 150 next week and 2 more touchdowns. He's like, yeah, he gave me a hug and said, hey, this is how it works, man. Like, you take the thing over, and everybody's going to be proud of you. And so, like, that's what I'm going to tell Drake, and that's what I am telling him. It's like, man, like, you let the coaches figure out, but there's so much value in learning how to be a pro, especially at the quarterback position, that him not being the starter game one is not going to hurt him. It's going to benefit him.
I love it. It's always really thoughtful from you, and man, we love watching Ricky run. Shaun, you were an NFL MVP at running back. It almost never happens anymore. It's so rare. Even these prolific seasons that McCaffrey puts up and whoever it may be, can we do it? Is it ever going to happen? Derrick Henry had 2,000 yards and didn't sniff an MVP. What's it going to take? And do you think we'll ever see it again?
It has to take the team that revolves around them. Quarterbacks are so good and they're so valuable that it just kind of makes sense to know that it's the most valuable player. So it takes a team that puts the offense around that player, that running back. And he has to have a lot of yards. He has to have a lot of touchdowns. Like, that's the thing that sways the votes, and I think it was me, Emmett, and Marshall were the ones that had 20s back-to-back years. And so McCaffrey has a shot if he goes up and then gets to those numbers. But most teams don't let the running back score that many touchdowns, so they just see him as an important role, but not the role. And to win MVP, you got to be the role.
Shaun, you must have a specific radar out for running backs in Seattle. Now, Peter Schrager put his breakout players list out recently, and he had Kenneth Walker III on it. Just the segment before us on this show, I went out and drafted Kenneth Walker III on my fantasy mock running back draft. Why are all eyes keening towards Kenneth Walker III out of the Seahawks backfield this year?
Well, I think that Seattle, if there was going to be a culture that was Seattle, was back in the day. You go Kurt Warner and all those guys. It was run the ball, great defenses, Cortez Kennedy, Kenny Easley, and then special teams, and that was how they're going to win. And then I come in, and even the great Mike Holmgren, which all the passing that he liked to do, he still went back to great defense, run the ball, and then you get Pete Carroll come in and Russell and then, but it was still Marshawn Lynch, run the football, great defense. And so, now you got Coach here, and it's like, man, great defense is coming. And we got Kenneth Walker III. You know what I mean? He's going to be that guy. So that's a great pick because they will be dominant running. Even with those two great receivers we have in Lockett and Metcalf, they're going to be a team that's going to run the ball and play great defense. And so that's a great pick, and that's why everybody's seeing that. It's going to happen like that.
Shaun, every time you come on, there's always one thing that makes you smile, and it's when we ask you about your family. You mentioned your daughter who's running track, but we have to ask, how is the Alexander family, and how big is the Alexander family?
Got surprising news for y'all. Are y'all ready? No, we don't have another one on the way. So that's the news. What? All the women are like, praise the Lord.
Wow,
this is the longest we have ever been since we've been married that we are not already pregnant. So who knows? But this is definitely the longest.
Shaun, are you retired?
So if we did get pregnant. No, we're not retired. Watch it.
Wow. This is like Brady saying no more rings. Like, man.
So this is the longest we'll be without having another baby. So it's kind of exciting. It's definitely new. Definitely kids going to college. The youngest baby is 1, and there's no baby in the oven. So it's just kind of wild for us.
Wow. I got a question. Do the birthdays, do they get a little tricky for you? I
not for
got
me.
4, and
Not for me. I'm a numbers guy.
No?
I'm a numbers guy.
Numbers
Now,
guy.
who I'm talking to in the room, you never know. You never know. But birthdays I got.
Even Tom Brady unretired once.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Listen, Shaun, we love you. We love the award. It's right there, Freshman Player of the Year. Liberty University, we love you. And Shaun, you always come on every time, and you're a great player, great interview. And you're on the road right now, so maybe when you get home, who knows? Thanks, Shaun Alexander. Love you, my man.
Yo.
Roll Tide, go Seahawks, man. Let's do it.